Do women really need you to be tall, rich, or fit to be attracted to you? I made this video for you to help you attract the love of your life without saying a word through fitness, fashion, and finesse. Now, most men think women want tall, rich, jacked guys, but that belief is destroying your chances. Here's the real truth. The top three things that women say they want, according to our friend Chat GPT, are honesty and integrity. And when we say honesty, they just want a guy who tells the truth. I mean, is that so hard? Is that so much to ask for? And then integrity, someone who actually does what he says he's going to do. I mean, these are qualities that you would want in her. So, of course, it makes sense that she would want that from you as well. Now, another top quality, and keep in mind, ChatGPT is basically putting together analysis, a culmination of multiple studies. But these are the top three. So the next one's kindness and emotional intelligence. And again, how hard is it really just to be nice to people? A lot of guys think that it's the jerk who gets the woman. Yeah, they do. But do you really want the woman who wants the jerk? And emotional intelligence, like understanding what she needs, what she's asking for, her emotional state. Are you able to sit there quietly and listen to her and then not wait to respond and to solve her issue for her, but just to listen? And here's a good way to approach it is to say, wow, I really understand how you feel. Don't tell her how you feel and give her examples of how you feel. Tell her, I think I understand how you feel. You can give her an example by expressing to her what you actually think she is feeling. And then, like guys, we like to solve things. You can say to her, hey, would you like me to give you some feedback on how you might go about solving this, or no? It's better if I just, listen and try to be here with you in this moment. Let her tell you what she wants. So emotional intelligence, understanding what she wants without her having to explicitly express it. Sometimes it's just a hug, and then sense of humor. I mean, who doesn't want someone with a sense of humor? And I get it. Not everyone's a comedian. I certainly am not. But, when I'm looking to attract the woman of my dreams, I'm always going to say the funniest thing that I can think of. Why not? Be humorous. Put a smile on her face. Put a smile on your own face. And here's the thing, lean into your humor. My humor is kind of dry. I have this sort of deadpan humor. I could be sarcastic, I could be ironic, but I need to lean into that. I'm not, it may go right over her head, but over time, she'll get my sense of humor. And I want to be me, not some other person who I'm trying to be. And that's what I want for you too. Be yourself. Your kind of humor is the right kind of humor. Now, obviously, there are other traits that matter, like physical traits matter, but less for a long-term relationship. There's things that do matter in a long-term relationship, which is what I want for you. I want you to have that love, that peace, that joy on a long-term basis. So what other things that women are looking for are ambition, right? She wants a guy who's driven. She wants a guy who has a plan. Like, even if you don't have all the things that you want to have, you have a plan on how you're going to get there, right? You're making an effort to get there. Of course, you know this. I don't have to tell you, but I'm going to remind you. Women like stability and financial stability. I mean, you think about it from our evolutionary traits, women want a guy who's a protector and a provider. And that's still true today. So yes, of course she wants financial stability. Just like you want a woman who's physically attractive. Is she wrong for wanting financial stability? Are you wrong for wanting physical attractiveness? No. We are hardwired to want these things, and you got to keep in mind what ChatGPT is telling you and I is what women are self-reporting versus there might be an actual gap between what they're saying and what they actually do and you see in real life. Now, also keep this in mind. The stuff that I've been talking about thus far are really things that, one, women can't know when they look at you, right? So if you want a woman to come up to you and talk to you first, or if you have the guts to go and talk to a woman, she's not going to see that you're a kind guy right off the bat. She's not going to know you're ambitious. She's not going to know those things. She very well may know if you approach the right way, or if she approaches you and you say something funny, you have that sense of humor. And here's the thing about sense of humor: it makes women feel safe. You got to think about yourself. If you're laughing with someone, do you feel unsafe? Women want safety. It's really important to them. So let's make sure we stay humorous, and let's make sure that, we also do the things that make ourselves attractive enough for her to come up to us in the first place. Now, when it comes to physical things, right? So those things I was just telling you about, those are all things that women are interested in when they're thinking of a man on a long-term relationship basis. But first she has to actually meet us, right? And for her to meet us, she's thinking short term right now. Hey, is this person attractive right now? And the three top traits that women find attractive on a physical level, you probably already know this. It's upper body strength and muscularity. Really, it's that V shape figure that women are interested in with men, where shoulders are wider than his waist, a 1.6 ratio. They want your shoulders wider than your waist. So if you're pudgy around the middle and you're looking sort of block shaped or pear shaped, that's not what they're going to find the most attractive. So, are you going to blame them because they don't find you attractive, or are you going to do something about it? Don't be lazy. Do your exercise, make yourself attractive. And of course, as we all know, women like height, right? So they all want a guy who's taller than them. I mean, again, you like a woman who has nice boobs and nice ass? Well, guess what? They like a guy who's tall. Who's wrong here? No one. No one. So, here's the thing. We can't control our height, right? So, but we can control other things. Now, something else that women are interested in from a physical standpoint is facial structure and symmetry, right? They like that strong jawline, that strong chin, those high cheekbones. Some women will say, I like guys with blue eyes or brown eyes. Those are more subjective. But generally speaking, women do like men who appear to have more masculine features, generally speaking. But this can vary from culture to culture. And of course, there's individual variations. So we're just talking generalities here. But I also want us to just remember, it is things that we can actually control, right? Like your muscularity, you can control that. And this is also important as well, because, women are not a monolith, and not all of these things are steadfast and true in every aspect, right? Sure, she wants a guy who's muscular. Sure, she wants a guy who has upper body strength, that V-shaped figure, right? But there are going to be trade-offs, right? She doesn't want a guy who's a jerk and he's, got a nice figure. She wants a blend of both, right? So she wants a guy who looks like he's healthy, because that is an evolutionary trait that she wants, that she can't help but want a guy who looks healthy. So a guy who looks healthy may not be the most muscular guy, but he looks healthy, and if he's kind, that is a good trade-off from the guy who's got a six-pack versus a guy who's just a kind person to the wait staff at the restaurant, right? So you got to keep that in mind as well. There are going to be some trade-offs, and there are differences between long-term and short-term relationships. Yeah. So those sort of characteristics that have to do with one's persona, like not your persona, but the ones that have to do with that are non-physical characteristics. Those are what women look into, are interested in on a long-term relationship basis. The short-term, that's going to be the physical stuff. But there is a blend, right? She's got to be attracted to you physically in the first place for there to be a chance for a long-term relationship. And I do want to point out something, though. According to the research that I've done here with our friend ChatGPT, It does seem though women want proportional muscularity over bulk. So they don't want this hulking guy. They want a guy who looks fit. They rather a guy who's ripped than jacked. So keep that in mind when you're putting together your workout routine. Now, the next thing is facial cues and versus body cues. Now, what this basically means is that they are more interested in what's going on with your face than your body, right? And this has a lot to do with the nonverbal communication that you are implying, that you have with your face. Are you making good eye contact? Are you smiling? Or do you look approachable? And your body, do you look relaxed or do you look tense? Are your arms crossed? Women are not going to come and talk to you if you look like you're a jerk and you're going to say something rude to them. Here's the thing. Bottom line is, I want you to find the woman of your dreams. I want her to approach you, as a matter of fact. And look, we can't all be a 666, right? Not all of us are going to be 6 foot tall, with a six pack and earning six figures. But if you're not that guy, then you need to work on the other things you can, right? And that's where we get into your fitness, your fashion, and your finesse, right? Because yeah, maybe you can't be 6 foot tall, but you could be fit at 5'9". You can do that. And if you're overweight now, you can work on it. And if you work on it, you have a story to tell. You become an interesting person. Hey, I have goals, I have dreams, I have determination. That's attractive to women. Your fashion. You can be the best dressed guy in the room and you don't have to be 6 foot tall, right? And in many cases, this just means you're wearing a collared shirt. You're wearing a polo shirt. Everyone else is wearing a tank top or a t-shirt. You are the best dressed guy in the room just because you have a polo on. Now, if you're also fit and you're also fashionable, and hey, what about finesse? And you also smell good, I mean, you're doing better than most every guy in that room. And you're not 6 foot tall. And you don't have to have six figures, right? You don't have to have a six pack. But hey, if you've got all of that, now guess what? You're going to have women who are attracted to you based on your fitness, fashion, and finesse, whether you're 6 foot tall with a six pack earning six figures, right? So I want you to make sure you're doing your best, to look your best, to feel your best, to smell your best, all those nonverbal cues to get her to come and talk to you. Now, click the link in the description to see which home gym I love. I love this one because it has all those leg exercises, the leg press, the leg curl, and calf press. Plus, it has, of course, all the upper body push-pull exercises too. So check that out. Then once you got the fitness, fashion, and finesse, guess what? Just be a good guy. Be kind, right? So let's take a step back here and just summarize for just a moment. So what I've been telling you is that women like guys who are honest, guys who operate with integrity. You say you're going to be somewhere, be there on time. Matter of fact, get there early. Be kind. Be emotionally intelligent. Sometimes you shouldn't say anything, and maybe she just needs you to put your hand on her hand so she feels supported. Have a sense of humor. Say the funniest thing you can think of pretty much all the time. That's like rule number one. Be ambitious. Earn financial stability, and keep in mind your upper body strength and muscularity. They matter. And so does your height, obviously, but there's only but so much you can do with your height, right? Maybe you get yourself some boots and you elevate your height a little bit. That could help. So that's an idea that you should keep in the back of your mind. And keep in mind, these are just generalities. Women will trade off height for a man who's kind and funny. So don't count yourself out if you're not the wealthiest guy, if you're not the 666, but focus in on your fitness, your fashion, and finesse. Don't forget to check out the gym equipment in the link below. And if you want to attract the love of your life without saying a word, then hit subscribe right now. I need your help with a couple of things. I need to know what's your biggest struggle when it comes to having a conversation with the woman who you want to date. Is it fear of rejection? Is it that you don't know where to go? Is it that you don't know how to start the conversation? Let me know in the comments. Click the link in the description to set up a video chat with me, or simply Give this video a like to encourage me to keep making more videos for you. Lastly, I need your help to get to 50 subscribers so I can go live from my mobile phone to bring you higher quality and more dynamic videos from anywhere. Remember, I'm here to show you how to attract the woman of your dreams without saying a word through fitness, fashion, and finesse. Don't chase attention, attract it.